At This Place in History, we're in Burlington with the Executive Director of the Vermont Historical Society, Steve Perkins. Steve, what are we doing here?
So we're at George Little Park in the north end of Burlington, which was the center of a very vibrant immigrant community. And so we've asked Aaron Goldberg, who's one of the archivists at Ohavi Zedek Synagogue, to come over here and give us a little more information on what we see around us.
Aaron, we're starting out in George Little Park. What is the significance of this spot right here?
In the 1880s through World War II, this area was known as Little Jerusalem because it was a concentrated area of Jewish immigrants. In Burlington, many of those came from a little shtetl, a little village in Lithuania called Czechishka. The ground that we're standing on was actually the spot of the Kolodny's grocery store, which was the first, believed to be one of the first fully accessible grocery stores where everything was on kind of help yourself model. Across from us that way, which is due east, that was the original building of the then Orthodox synagogue, which was Ohavi Zedek, from 1885 to 1952. The second synagogue that is founded is this one across the street from us, this way, right across the street from us. And this is the old Ohaveth Gerim synagogue. This is founded in 1910, and there was also a third one here, which was Chai Adam synagogue. So within like a 6-building perspective, you have 3 synagogues. What's crucial here is that when Jewish immigrants and other immigrants came, they often sought to be near other people that were of their same heritage. And for Jews, of course, that's a requirement because you need people to pray with. You needed a minyan, which was then 10 men. These were all Orthodox synagogues. And you needed access to kosher food, kosher meat, kosher milk, groceries. You needed access to Hebrew schools. In our old building, the Ohavi Zedek Synagogue, you can see that there's a set of steps that has a flat wall, and in front of that steps, kids are also playing games like marbles and other throw games. But often, after they've gone to their synagogue, the men are adjourning here to have to settle their disputes and their arguments and the political affairs of the day on the steps of Kolodny's market. And the children were often occupied by going just across the street that way to Skobel's candy store, which is literally right across the street. And this crosswalk used to be a street that crossed through to Bright Street. Bright Street is also called Cow Alley. And the reason for that is, of course, everybody had a cow and chickens. So in 1890, you start with 150 residents, of which 75% are peddlers. By 1910, you have 700 residents, but there's been enormous growth in their economic growth and their community because those 700 residents now only have 22% peddlers. What's really special about Little Jerusalem is that it has been widely accepted, and there is documentation that has also been done by sociologists who found that the Burlington Jewish community was particularly well insular and was able to maintain its tradition, its culture, its behavior, its practices, but to be a Jewish village from Lithuania, which has literally translated itself in Burlington, Vermont.
At This Place in History.